right. So next we have also another sophomore who is also from Paul. And their major is English writing and film production. Give it up for Alaina, McCall.
Hi. I can't believe I have to follow Angel, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to be singing the entirety of Hamilton by myself. Da, 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 da. How does it? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm going to do stand-up comedy. So prepare to laugh, cry, and think, is this talent show actually going to be 3 hours long? Because, I don't know, but I really hope it's not. But anyway, I just turned 20. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. It feels so weird to say. I'm an age that doesn't end in teen. I'm no longer a part of the teenage demographic. I didn't even know that I'm now banned from every Hot Topic. That's for an unrelated incident, though. In high school, I got all my shirts there, but you can tell that just by looking at me, can't you? I thought they were so cool. I'd walk in, see a shirt with a vague Harry Potter reference, and just beg them to take all my money, my parents' money. I have much cooler shirts now, as you can see. But nowadays, you walk into Hot Topic, and it's basically just Claire's. Do you want a Jack Skellington pin that'll break before you even get out the door? Hot Topic. Oh, you're looking for a Moana shirt, a Stranger Things Funko Pop, and some $20 nipple piercings? Same place. Then there's that wall of old band t-shirts. Half emo pop, half pop rock, full bad music. You guys know Neutral Milk Hotel? Anybody?
Yeah!
Okay. I used to love them, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't listen to them anymore. The Beatles? I have entomophobia, the fear of insects, so I can't listen to them either. Harry Styles? You'll never believe this, but I'm allergic to people with supernumerary nipples, and he has 4, so I can't listen to him either. Don't even get me started on Imagine Dragons. These days, though, I listen to music like I want to hate every song. So I'll hear a new song, then listen to it over and over and over again for 3 weeks straight, about 8,000 times, until I can't stand to hear it ever again. Why do I do that? I just keep trying and failing to prove that there's no such thing as too much of a good thing. It's very strange. And I have terrible taste in music. First of all, I don't use Spotify, I use YouTube Music. Secondly, my top song of 2022 was We Don't Talk About Bruno. Okay, I thought I was gonna get booed off the stage for that. Imagine listening to that song that many times and then admitting it to a crowd of fellow students. It's horrifying. In movies, everyone's always saying that they hate small talk, but I don't understand what that is, and at this point I'm too scared to ask. I know it has something to do with weather. So then I've been wondering, have I been engaging in it since I don't know what it is? What if my whole life I've only spoken in small talk as opposed to big talk, and that's why no one respects me? Well, it's either that or my personality. Must be the small talk. It's been kind of hard for me to make friends at Pitt this year, and I can't figure out why. I'm funny, I'm charming, I'm cute. Well, I'm funny at least. You can tell, because I'm saying that I am instead of just making you laugh. I'll overshare to anyone, whether they're willing to listen or not. I'm the full package, minus most of the package. I figure if you don't get enough attention as a child, you either go into stand-up or stripping. Those are the 2 options. My father, of course, would prefer me stripping to this, but I just don't have the legs for it. I'm kidding, my dad's great, very supportive. I know, shocker, right? Nah, I've got mommy issues. Well, I thought I did until I met this guy last summer, and he blew my parental problems out of the water. So his mom died when he was really young, right? Pause for laughter. And unrelated, he's kind of the biggest jerk I've ever met. I showed him a video of my first time doing stand-up last month, and he sent me paragraphs about how unfunny I am. And he ended it by saying, quote, "Keep getting shit on until you get better." Which no one was shitting on me besides him. And then I tried to be nice. I was like, oh, I disagree, but thank you for the feedback. And then he blocked me on Instagram. But he's great, We were doing kind of a situationship thing last summer until it came out that he had a mommy kink, and he wanted to engage in it with me. Someone get Freud on the phone, we've got another one. Never hook up with a film major, I guess. Anyway, I'm a film major. And an English writing major, which means jobs when I grow up. And a disappointment to my parents. But I could never be a STEM major. Like, this artsy stuff is hard enough. I have 2 classes this semester that are 4 hours long straight, 2 hours of which is watching movies. I'm sorry, films. My life is so hard. It's still awful, though. You have to sit there for 4 hours listening to a 50-year-old man talk about why this unwatchable movie with George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez from the 90s is the best edited film of all time. The movie's called Out of Sight, but I want it out of mind. It was so bad, I fell asleep for an hour of it. I woke up with 15 minutes left when they started shooting people again. And did I mention that this class is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.? Yeah, it's almost enough to make me want to be a STEM major, and then I remember all my friends with 8 a.m. labs, and I realize how lucky I am. Speaking of luck, I'm lucky enough to live in the best dorm on campus, Lothrop Hall. You guys familiar? I love it, ghosts and all, but Lothrop is wild sometimes. Do you guys know about the bathtubs?
Yes.
Okay, each bathroom has a freestanding bathtub with no curtain in it. It's insane. I saw someone washing their dishes in the bathtub the first week of school here, and I was, of course, horrified. And then it came time to wash my dishes. I try the sink, the water pressure doesn't work, nothing's happening. And out of the corner of my eye, I see the bathtub sparkling. And before I know it, I'm that girl washing dishes in the bathtub. You either die here or live long enough to become the villain, right? My newest issue with Lothrop, though, is the piss. I was using the bathroom last week, and I pulled up my pants, and they were covered in someone else's piss. Someone's aim is so bad in the girls' bathroom that they would pee all over the floor 2 nights in a row. So I made these sassy notes and put them up, like, asking them to stop, and they worked. So far, there haven't been any more piss puddles on the bathroom floor, but that's also kind of unfortunate, because while it was gross having someone else's piss all over me, it also turned me on. In other news, I explained what pussy means to my mom the other day. She was so horrified that she moved my little sister to a private Catholic school.
That's not gonna help them.
Crucifixion was the original stand-up act, though. Think about it. It was Jesus standing up doing this, telling jokes. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were killing them because he had too much riz. I can say that as a Christian. You know they say comedy comes in threes? I think that must have been why Peter denied Jesus 3 times, because that shit was hilarious. I'm also a barista, which makes sense, right? I work at an unnamed on-campus coffee shop in the library. I'm terrible with names. Like, I've worked with the same people for 2 years now, and I only just learned some of their names. I thought I finally knew them all, though. And then yesterday happened. One of the newer employees came by to get a drink out of uniform. She was like, "Hey, Alaina, how's it going?" And I did not recognize her at all. Then she said, like, "I'm Caitlin, you don't know who I am?" And then it got more embarrassing because I didn't believe her. I thought this was a bit and someone was pretending to be her just like to mess with me. And I was like, "I'm not falling for it, guys. I won't." And it was in fact her. So now everyone's making fun of me at work again. With customers, on the other hand, I've started learning not only their names, but their orders. Everyone loves being a regular, right? It's in the Cheers theme song, for goodness sake. But some people get so mad about this. Most people act like you'd expect, you know? They're like, "Yeah, that's me, thank you so much." Then they tip extra, which is the real reason I do this. I lost my place. But some people, before they order, I'll go, "Hot chai with whole milk for Ash, right?" And they look at me like I stole their dog and tried to sell it back to them. They are so creeped out and confused. Like, dude, have you never seen a movie from the early 2000s? I'm giving you a main character moment right now. Appreciate it. Most of the customers are really nice, though, since they're just other students. But I can't hear that well, and it's a library, so sometimes people whisper order, which sucks. Like, one time, this guy was done ordering and told me his name. I couldn't hear him, so I had him say it 3 more times, and the last time he yelled it at me, which is the worst a customer has ever treated me there. Meanwhile, at Starbucks, the barista asks what kind of milk the customer wants, and they get a latte thrown in their face, which is impressive considering the customer hasn't even ordered yet. But yeah, even though I know his name now, I'll always just think of him as the guy that yelled at me. I'll never forget or forgive. I still make his drink good and everything because I'm a nice person, but I make it with hate in my heart and some extra ice, but that's just the amount we're supposed to add anyway. One thing that really bothers me at work, though, is dining dollars. Don't get me wrong, I love them as a consumer, but there's no option to tip with them where I work, so you have to bring cash. but who carries cash? So of course, very few people tip, which I hate because I love money. The worst thing though is when people pay with a credit card and click no tip, not because they're not tipping, but because it auto-selects no tip where I work. So it feels like they're just pressing it again to hurt me. And yes, it's probably not personal, but I'm gonna take it that way anyway, obviously. I mean, Gabby Hanaway here. If we don't uphold her legacy of melodrama, what are we even doing at Pitt? In summary, I guess take everything personally and tip your baristas. Thank you.
This rubric is irrelevant to your performance. I'm gonna flip it over. I now know so much about you. So much. Your comedic style, right? There's definitely a tempo, a clip you move at. You cover a lot of content very quickly. Is that a style, a performance method you picked up? Just who you are as a person and how you express yourself? Tell me more about
I think that's just what's wrong with me, maybe. I don't know. This is all just from my notes app.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. Great job. I have so many questions though, but the stand-up or stripping line, right? That is so deep. What did you say about you're either a stand-up comic or a stripper? What was it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are the two options in life.
Yeah, because in both roles you're like burying a lot, right? Like it's vulnerable. Anyway, that was genius. The only question I have for you though is situationship. What's that?
It's like friends with benefits, but you don't have to be friends.
Oh, that's what they call that? Okay, all right, thank you. Thanks, Alaina. Great job.
Thank you.
Oh my God, here I am over here trying not to get canceled or like, I'd love to get booked by Pitt again. And we're not at a nightclub, so I can't say things like that. But holy crap, give it up one more time for Alaina. That was incredible. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that one. There's so many things I want to say, but I'm not allowed to. I'm under a contract. Okay, so we have, something popped. Oh God.